This is Greg Kervel. I want to tell you about the Last Exit to Brexit ebook and print edition which I have produced. Buy one, you get them both. You will need both. And I'll explain why with this brief introduction. UK companies and manufacturers outside the EU face a daunting to-do list as they prepare for customs changes, scrutinise supply chains, redraw contracts, develop contingency plans, and much more. Companies may need to increase stock and warehousing capacity, ensure that they have sufficient cash flow to meet the new VAT requirements, plus the additional inventory and other demands they'll have as they prepare for new customs requirements within the EU. The changes have prompted some UK companies to relocate into one of the EU 27 member states, just so that they maintain their advantage of being within the EU. Biggest risk to manufacturers supplying into the EU has always been access to the latest and reliable CE marking requirements, data and information. Perhaps the most demanding change after Brexit will be the loss and easy access to that CE marking information, which probably came from associates or partners in the EU. Those sources may vanish when UK manufacturers divert their efforts to using the new UK CA mark and other UK regulatory processes which have yet to be written. This means that manufacturers shipping into the EU will have two choices. Option 1 will be to find a European Union source of CE marking data that speak English, are willing to help you, and do it for free. So good luck with that. Option 2, the only other alternative, is to access the www.europa.eu website. I'm just simply going to refer to that as Europa from now on, and find the data themselves. The Europa website is the primary source of CE marking data and other EU requirements. It is a dynamic site and in a constant state of flux. During the last few years, more than 40 major changes were announced through Europa. So if you weren't watching, you may have missed them and had problems with exporting into the EU. But there are other problems with Europa. The Europa website contains many thousands of pages. It is written in 24 languages, and it's constantly changing. These factors alone make it one of the most complex, daunting, and unfriendly websites to search and navigate. I have used it since 2006, and confirm it's the most awful site that I have ever used, and even worse, when you find the information you need, the URL for that information changes, usually within a 3 to 5 year period. So keeping records of information and data is good, but the URLs that you've accessed that information through will vanish into thin air. You can always risk your future and that of your company and use Google. By the way, if you consider Google to be a viable alternative for such high-risk information, please call me. I've got some swampland I want to sell. Oh, and did I mention, few of the Europa web designers speak English as a first language, and many more are unfamiliar with US English. This means that when you search Europa using US English spellings, the search will almost certainly fail. The Europa search facilities are years behind Google and even DuckDuckGo. Last Exit to Brexit contains an e-book as well as a hard copy print edition. Buy one, you get them both. I created this companion set to provide a simple, quick and easy solution to those that need immediate answers as Brexit continues to lurch forward on its destructive path, causing chaos, political rancour and the demise of more than one company. Thomas Cook, which was founded in 1841, may be the landmark casualty. It will not, alas, be the last. But why an e-book and a print book? The hard copy print book gives you the comfort of thumbing through the pages to find what you need, and the many screen captures in the print book show you're in the right path. The companion e-book lets you find and use dynamic links to download the data you need from the web. Both books contain hints and tricks that I have discovered during the 14 years I've been using Europa. You will need these when you begin to build your data file. Without both the e-book and the print version, it will not be possible to provide the support you need. This is something I feel very strongly about, and I've reduced the profit on the e-book so that you have both for the price of one and the best chance of finding what you need on Europa. The print edition lets you mark up, annotate and apply post-its so you can navigate your path. The e-book is your guide to Europa and does two things. It helps you find and download the data you need, and it teaches you to navigate and use Europa with confidence. Remember that your EU competitors, like me, will have been using Europa since 2006, so you have a lot of catching up to do. Good luck. This is Greg Kervil.